Hey there guys. So today I'm going to be doing my monthly Vanguard portfolio update. So I will be reviewing my ISA and my SIPP as always, just to see how it performed in the month of October. So I do these every month if you're new here, and if you're not new here and you look forward to these every single month, then you know what it's all about. I find myself kind of repeating the same sort of things for these videos, so I'm really going to try not to do that. But the reason why I do that is because new people come and then they have questions that I've already answered in many videos before. But what I've decided to do is just kind of get on with it. For those of you who are new and you're curious why certain things are the way they are, you can either go back to previous videos to hopefully get an answer, or you can just write a comment down below and I'll get back to you. I'm being a bit old school today because I don't have a table to lean on, so my laptop is on my lap, which is probably not ideal, but you know, we move. So nothing new in terms of the funds that I have, nothing new in terms of the goal weights. My current weights are looking pretty good, pretty bang on what my personal goals are. So what have we got in terms of return since inception for VWRL? So last month, before I get into that, last month we were at a negative. So we were at negative 3.16%. Obviously the stock market is really rocky right now. So if you're just getting started, you're probably in a great place because you're getting really good stocks, index funds, ETFs at a really good price. But for those of us who've been doing it for a couple of years, let's just keep pouring in. If we've got those long-term investment goals, let's just continue what we're doing. So yeah, last month was negative 3.16%. So let's see what this month is. So VWRL, we have a return of 2.38, which is better than last month because last month that was in a negative. So slow improvement. And with dividends, it's actually 6.17%. So that's pretty good. I had a dividend payment in October actually. So I remember logging onto my Vanguard account and being like, oh, where's all that extra cash come from? But it was because I received the dividend payments. So that was nice to see. For the Pacific Fund, it is 3.09. So again, better than last month. And with dividends, it's exactly the same. S&P 500, still the front runner, which is 13.8%. I think someone on my last video, actually, I don't know what video they said it, but they were like, if I were you, I would crank up the S&P 500. And I'm not gonna lie to say that I haven't thought about it. I have thought about it. I just haven't done it yet. But, you know, if it continues how it is, it kind of feels like a no-brainer, but we'll see. So with dividends, it's even better. It's 16.77%, which is really good. FTSE 250, I think last month it was at negative 35%. So now it is negative 24%. So that's around a 10% improvement, even though it's still negative. And then with dividends, it's a bit better. So negative 19.36%. So yeah, this is the worst performing one. But yeah, I'm not going to get rid of it. ESG emerging markets, negative 14.42%. And with dividends, I think it's the same actually with this one. Yep, exactly the same. And then lastly, but not least, the one that I invested in first actually in my Vanguard ISA was the VHYL. So that's the FTSE All World High Dividend fund, and that is 19.3%. Actually, this is the front runner. I've just realised this is the front runner. This has even beat the S&P 500. And then with dividends, even better, it's 28.54%. So yeah, actually this month, this one is the front runner. This one is the star. So it's looking much healthier than it did last month. I'm still not getting excited about it because I could do the portfolio review for November and it just be back to craps. So, you know, right now there's so much going in the world, recessions coming, cost of living crisis still looming. So yeah. Oh, midterm elections coming up in the US, which will just affect the global stock market perhaps. So yeah, I'm not getting too excited, but it's still nice, I guess, to see that it's not in the negative. So the total return is 0.36%. So basically just zeroed out, which I'm quite happy with. And actually, it's quite funny because back in July, it was roughly the same. So it was 0.62. Then you saw August, we saw a spike. September, we went into negatives. Now we're back leveling. So this is what I mean. There's no predictability. People who try to time the market and, you know, try to figure out what's going on, I just don't see why you waste your time. I just don't even waste my time. I'm just going based off of what the greats have done, like Warren Buffett, and how they've kind of handled the things that they recommend, which is basically just stick money into index funds or ETFs on a consistent basis when you can. I'm doing that. It's a stress-free life, and I'm not having to try and time the market and then be pissed off with myself when I get it so wrong. So yeah, that is an improvement. And then with dividends, it's better, of course. So it's 3.13%. So yeah, that is it with my ISA. One thing that I did actually do while I was preparing this spreadsheet is I just looked back when I started investing in 2020, and obviously I started with like £100, and to see, you know, it go into the thousands in a couple of years. It's not gone up as much as I would have hoped, because this year ended up being a lot more expensive, which I've spoken about a million times. So I would have liked my ISA to be a bit bigger, a bit healthier. However, to think where I was 3 years ago in comparison to where I am now, it's just incredible to look back. And one of the things that I do like in general is I have on my budget spreadsheet, I've got loads of videos on this, but on my budget spreadsheet I have a net worth tracking tab, and a lot of people don't like net worth or don't like balance sheets or statements because they're just like, it's a pointless figure. It kind of is, I guess, but you know, it kind of isn't. I say it is because it doesn't mean that much, but to me personally, it actually means a lot because I can see the progression, and every single month I'm seeing it go up, which is like such a great feeling for the brain, for the mind. Every single month we're contributing to our pensions, which help our net worth. Every single month we're paying down principal on our mortgage, which is helping towards net worth. Every single month we're investing or saving something, which is helping. So this is all part of, even these videos are part of the package of me just really seeing where I came from. I can't imagine what it's going to look like 7, 8, 9 years down the line. Even looking back at videos like this, I hope I will. Yeah, so if you don't have something like this, I would recommend getting a spreadsheet that you can track your net worth or something like that, your investments. I have one available on my Etsy store. I don't think I said that actually. I have it available on the Etsy store. So yeah, it's a great little tool, I would say. Now for my Vanguard pension, this was in the negative last month, but we're now in the positive, only by £182. So it's really nothing to write home about or get excited about, but you know, nevertheless, this is what it is. Same fund, nothing that interesting. The current value is £25,090. What is it? It's November. So my next transfer isn't until March next year. And hoping to transfer between £10,000 to £12,000. But just to show you that, you know, there are different ways that you can look at your pension, like where you're at and where you should be. So this is a Standard Life pension calculator. I'll link it down below so you can check it out for yourself. But this kind of just gives you an idea roughly of what you should aim for in terms of a pension income, because sometimes we have no idea what we're planning for. So I'm going to put in 30 because that's what I am. How much do I earn each year before tax? £50,000. And then I'm a female. And it's showing me what I'm likely to receive from the age of 68, which will be in 2060. So I will likely receive £9,627. That's an annual pension, by the way. So That's not per month or anything crazy like that. That's just what you'd get per year. So then you can go next. And then they basically say, based on their research, if you want to maintain the current lifestyle that you have, then they expect you to, they estimate that you would need about 50% of your current salary before tax. So if your salary is 50,000 now and you want to keep your current lifestyle, then you would need an annual income of £25,000 right now. However, they take into consideration inflation, and they look at what that will be worth 30 years from now, which I think is really important. So basically it says that my income target, if my income was £50,000 a year and I was trying to maintain a similar lifestyle, my income target should be £43,221. So you can see what the state pension would be and then what the shortfall would be. Okay, if I wanted to have a more limited lifestyle, then it will show me that my income target should be £34,000, or if I wanted a more prosperous lifestyle than now, then my income target should be £51,000 per year. So let's just say current, and then let's just say that we've got an existing pension. Do you have existing pension funds? Yes. And then you can kind of say what the current amount of your pension is, how much are you paying monthly into your pension, and then how much does your employer pay? And then you can kind of play around with it to see, are you matching what you need to match, or is there still a shortfall? I think it's just a really helpful tool. So yeah, if you're wondering what you should be aiming for, then definitely check this out. It's linked down below. Yeah, hopefully you find it helpful. Well, that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back next month with a similar video. Take care and bye for now.